This is an interesting question, and I guess it would depend on whether as a current board member or if you're elected to the board. As a fire board member, what is your position with respect to being recused from a decision? And provide an example of an issue for which you would recuse yourself. And let's see, Mr. Riddell.
Yeah, in fact, that happened with my brother John, who's the fire marshal there. Even though I had the right, according to my attorney, to vote on bringing him back as a fire marshal, I chose to recuse myself, and I actually left the room. Of course, I've seen statements that say otherwise, but I actually left the room. I didn't vote on it. And CAL FIRE actually brought him back. And if you stop and think about it, I'm firing CAL FIRE, and my brother works for CAL FIRE, so in effect I'm firing him too.
Thank you. Let's see, Mr. McCusick.
Well, on recusing myself, I have across the street from me, I have a 240-foot tall eucalyptus tree that seems to be growing on public property. There's 2 more of them. They were under 200 feet when I measured them about 8 years ago. And I recently, they're now 240 feet because I can't do any solar electricity. But if I was to talk about cutting a fire break in El Granada, I'd certainly have to recuse myself because one of these gigantic flame gadgets is sitting right across the stream from my house. So that's how I'd have to stay out of it.
Thank you. Mr. Alapano.
Recusing is a practice that recommended, obviously, when you have a conflict of interest, when it benefits you financially. We fill out every year Form 700s to let us know, let the government know and the county know if there's any conflicts with us. I'm glad to say I came to the district with no connections to the district. I'm brand new to the fire service, and it was one of the things for me that I felt was an advantage. And I haven't had the need to do it, and it's something that is tough in a small community, but in this situation, it hasn't arisen. And we have a good board attorney that lets us know when we have these issues and problems, and she gives us advice. So we're very, very lucky to have that too.
Thank you. Mr. McIntosh?
The law is very clear on and sets out specific areas where you have to recuse yourself, including significant financial interest within the decision. The other place is if you have immediate family living under your roof. Now, when my son joined the Half Moon Bay Fire Department at the time, up to that time I had usually been the negotiator on the team that negotiated salaries and wages benefits as the board's representative. Once he came and joined the department, my choice, not required, but my choice was to no longer participate in those negotiations.
Thank you. And finally, Ms. Anderson, can you take an example of recusal?
Yes, I can. If I was a retired firefighter who was receiving benefits and a question came up about benefits for a new fire department, I would absolutely recognize this as a conflict of interest and recuse myself from any discussion that might have begun last July. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the other members of this board.
Thank you.